Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Final Fantasy VII panel at TGS 2023. Yeah, I was testing something on stream when this happened, and I honestly didn't expect it to have the translations that it did. So I'm just watching it the next morning and going to react to the parts I didn't see. I've seen a few posts over on social. I actually caught like the last 5 minutes or so. Which then had issues over on the YouTube stream, and then I said, whatever, I'll just finish watching it tomorrow. So here we go. I think I'm at just about the start point, but I'm just going to play it from the beginning, watch it through, and see what they have to say. And I'll probably have to match some of it up to what I saw over on YouTube as well. Do. Yeah, I remember somebody saying they thought that the translations were being performed by AI. So I'm curious to hear the translations, because that'd be an interesting use of it here. Hello. Hi. I want to go to Tokyo Game Show one day. Yep, we're just getting started.
Hello,
oh
everyone.
My goodness.
Welcome to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth TGS 2023 stage.
Oh, I see what they
enjoying
mean.
the game
It's
show?
stay like it. Yeah. Now I understand what they meant.
Outside the country.
It sounded like almost like a robot was
My
picking it up.
name is Chiaki Matsuzawa, your MC today. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for having us.
By the way, today we are streaming this stage. If you are watching, please post on X with an hashtag.
I'm calling it Twitter.
FF7R.
I'm not calling it X.
On
I
X.
refuse. I have
Thank you for waiting.
a thing on my,
Let me invite exciting members to the stage.
what's it called? On my internet, my
Mr.
browser.
Yoshinori Kitase,
That changes
producer,
everything
Final
back to
Fantasy
Twitter.
VII Rebirth.
So I genuinely don't see it as X. Hey, I know that shirt. I have that shirt. Yo, let me lift the Buster Sword. Everyone keeps
Next,
saying they want to see me
Mr.
lift the Buster
Naoki
Sword.
Hamaguchi, director
Give me
of
that.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And today's special guest who loves Final Fantasy a game and it makes become a crystal by himself. His name is Mr. Noda Crystal from the comedian Magical Lovely.
That's pretty cool. He's really struggling with that thing, huh?
Joining us today.
Kitase and Hamaguchi are like, you okay?
I think your style has changed. Yes, maybe I should change my stage name. It's so heavy, but it's so huge.
I want to lift it.
Cloud, I think he doesn't want to carry this around. It's too huge. He always do this after each battle. It's so cumbersome.
He's stretching his
So
muscles.
you should do some special move? No.
I don't know.
It's
It looks
dangerous.
like it's perfectly fine to wield.
Awesome. It's so perfect. Together with Buster Soul, thank you for coming, Noda-san. And, of course, there's
standing.
one more person we should not forget. Another member joining us as a voice from heaven is Mr. Nomura. Yes, this is Nomura speaking. Can you hear me
Oh,
all right?
right. Yeah, Nomura's
Can
like
you
called
hear
in.
Mr. Nomura? Yes, everyone can hear you. Thank you for having
Oh,
me.
man. Look at the
Thank you,
TGS show
Mr.
floor.
Nomura. Thank you very much.
It looks so good. Crowded, but really good.
Now, Noda-san, so please be seated, and I should hand this bastard back. Should I carry this?
Yeah, it's not
all
heavy.
from
He's just
the
not
stage?
strong
I should
enough.
carry this around? No. Cloud always
Staff
carries
is like,
around.
I'll take it.
It's
he's like,
heavy.
no.
Cloud. While he's sleeping, he has this sword this way, and when he's sleeping, he always have his sword like this. You remember very well. It's so scary.
It's like, no, staff.
Okay, so you can carry this around.
You can have
No,
it.
please. So it's dangerous. You should not play around. So Nomura-san is waiting for you to have a seat. Please be seated. Yes. I'd like to talk about Rebirth. I'm very much looking forward to it.
I hope
We
so.
can hear a lot of news.
Imagine if she did
I'd
it,
like
took
to
it,
know
and did the
everything
cloud troll.
about
I would.
this title, and you can have some spoilers. And what would be the truth about?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're watching anything
and
Rebirth
the
related, you're
remake
running
is
spoiler
also
risk.
coming. Yes, I'd like to learn a lot into this episode.
I
Yes,
don't care.
please
I
rely on
played
me.
7.
will
I don't
ask
care.
Everything. You are so
I know it's not the
energetic
same,
today.
but still.
You're full of energy. Well, but we've been expecting this title for a very long time. Kitase-san, Nomura-san, Hamaguchi-san, the release date
Not that
has
long.
been announced. What's your frank opinion at the moment, Kitase-san? Yes, thank you very much for waiting for this title. Yes, the release date has been finally announced. I'm so relieved,
Yep.
but at the same
Why
time,
February
we're still
29th?
working hard so that I can
Why the
make
leap
this more
year?
exciting. Thank you.
Come on now.
And Mr.
Is
Nomura.
that Star Ocean 2 in the back? What game is that? Is that Star Ocean 2 in the back?
Finally, at last, that is the feeling I have. And I'd like to release this as early as possible so that I can
Why
feel
not?
truly relieved.
It's true.
Okay. Something at my hand, there's a camera showing your face, Nomura-san. He has very a good smile. Yeah, he's waving
Only
at
she
me
can see
through
Nomura.
the screen. Thank you. Hamaguchi-san, what's your take? Yes, the release date has been finally.
See,
announced, but
they
at the
keep
same
saying
time, I feel so
finally.
tense
It's
and
not
nervous, so I'd
been
like to
that
make
long.
this as
Like,
best
yeah, a
quality as
few
possible.
years.
Please look forward to it. Yes,
But, like,
everyone
I think
looks
everyone thought it was going to be
No, that's not-
forever until we even saw the second
FF7,
part in the first
yes.
place.
Everyone
Really
completely
hasn't been that
remake
long.
is looking forward to the next title slap. We'd like to have any new information as possible, and also there should be Sephiroth coming into the scene, so I'd like to see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So we are reaching to that part. Then what we
Sephiroth.
can expect the next in this title is this or that, you know. Yeah, so many things we can expect for this title. Now, we
I just keep seeing Star Ocean 2.
FF7 Rebirth. Kitase-san, could you please explain about this title? Yes. Yes.
Come on.
This is
I know we have
not
Crisis
Project
Core
2,
reunion, but like,
FF7, the
come on.
originally released in 1997, we'd like to let it come back to the present time. This is a trilogy offering 3 titles. We'd like to capture as many elements as
This or
possible
that.
from the original version, so that's why we made it into trilogy. The previous title was released in 2020, FF7 Remake, or
Man,
FF7
every time I
Remake
see
in third
remake,
grade,
I
released in
remember the
2021.
trailer
Much appreciated
that
by
revealed
so
we were
many
getting
people
a
around the
remake.
world, and 7 million units have been sold up to
The-
now.
the
Thank you very much
universal
for
just,
your
like,
cooperation of the time.
Nerdage.
FF7 Rebirth, this is the second chapter or title of this trilogy.
Just those words at the end.
And
Remake.
through the streaming, I'd appreciate if we could learn a lot about this new title. Thank you for the explanation. The second title of this trilogy was released, the 7 Remake. Noda-san, you played this 1 year and completed, right? Yes.
1
I made it
year?
By this time, it was very close.
My goodness.
And
Busy
I came
man,
from
though.
Midgar, that was so full of volume in terms of content. In Midgar, there's something I saw unexpectedly in the title. This is not just a remake of the original title.
No, it's not. We got that.
PlayStation. When you play the original version in PlayStation, you can still enjoy it, and how Midgar is more.
Yeah, I got through Midgar in like 4 or 5 hours
Oh,
yesterday, as
Avalanche
usual.
Trying to let Mako reactor explode, and what kind of impact on the city. It was so realistic, and that was something I appreciated very much. It was very realistic, I see, yes, the escape from the Midgar.
Yeah.
And
As
I think
realistic
there will
as
be
Final
new players
Fantasy
for this
VII can
title.
be.
So, Noda-san, could you please explain what kind of story you saw in FF7 Remake?
Me?
Should I? Yes, please. Very much appreciate you. Just finish this title. Yes, you can be humorous, yes. As a
Oh, he's
kid.
gonna put on his
Yes,
stage
you're
presence.
professional to telling a funny story. So when I made a mistake,
Look at all
please
the
correct me.
characters.
The producer and director will be behind you to monitor you. Okay. So the Final Fantasy VII in the world, there's energy, what is called Mako energy.
Oh my
that's the starting
goodness.
point.
They're making him
there's
be a
Mako
wiki
energy
page.
in the world, and when you use Mako energy, you can do nice things. That is so convenient. But when you use Mako energy too much, then that will damage the planet. But many people do not care about that, and there's a company called Shinra Company trying to exploit the Mako energy to the extent possible, and there's this organization attacking Mako
Man.
Shinra Company, that is Avalanche.
I hope Roche is used well. Worried about that, man.
Is
Roche probably not in for a good time in Rebirth.
それがもともとシンラカンパニー側にいたクラウドという元ソルジャー、この男がこのアバランチに雇われて入ったところからこの壮大な物語は始まりです。正解です。
どうでしょう浜口さん。
The translator give up, or were they just like so far ahead translated they didn't have to say anything? Maybe technical difficulties. He's just explaining Final Fantasy VII anyway, so not the end of the world, but still. See, this is how I thought it was going to be, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch it. I'll wait for the translations. I didn't expect... I still don't know if it's a person or AI. There are times where it really sounds like a person, but then you can almost hear like a robot-y-esque voice, like as it cuts between words. It's like it's trying to put words together. I don't know if that's just like... If it's not AI, then it's just like a person that like... It's just like the technology that's like being used to broadcast is scuffed because it sounds that way.
Seen by Shinra Company, and this girl.
No, I think it's no, it has nothing to do with how they're reading it. Like it sounds like there's like a robot, so it has to be the technology.
To go to this place. Therefore, everybody, all the Shinra companies are trying to capture Aerith.
Sounds like the microphone they're
let's
speaking
protect
into is
Aerith.
not
That's
like
what they're
set up
doing.
properly.
Right?
Yeah, and they just caught up in the middle of what he was saying.
Aerith. And the fight against Shinra Company, and somehow they need to flee Midgar. I can talk, right? Yeah. You can talk up to that, which is the initial Final Fantasy VII. But at the very end, I've been told that I can share this with you. I
Okay.
can speak to you. Somehow, the original Final Fantasy VII, the end is different. What's that? What is it? I can't say that. I can't explain that. It might be that there might be something coming off today. The Sephiroth who should have been dead that reappears.
I like that. It's like, it's
The
weird. In the original, it
Final
doesn't end at
Fantasy VII
Midgar.
It's not the same future. That's how it ends. So that's the Final Fantasy remake.
And it's not the same future.
Wonderful, great, lovely. Kitase-san.
Yeah, no,
what
we
do you think
got
about
that.
That
He
was
did a good
wonderful.
job, even though I only heard half of it.
So I think the explanation of Marco, thank you so much. I was wondering how much I can talk, but I'm so glad that you spoke in this rhythm. So of course, there's a lot I can talk, but within this, there's a lot of drama. So Nomura-san, what
I
did you
genuinely
feel
think the first
about
translator
that?
guy went on lunch
So
break
in
in the middle of his translation.
Yeah. In principle, I think in
I
line.
think you're right.
So Red 13. What about Red 13? You skipped Red 13. I want to talk about Red 13, but you were very careful, right? Yeah.
A little
Anyway.
careful. Well, he
the voice of
stopped for
Kaguya
like
language is
2.5
so
minutes, and she just picked
So
up
the
mid-sentence.
voice is so wonderful.
しかし本当に終わり方はね、
So the way it ended, you feel that the future is in your hand, which is from the remake to rebirth. So I think that you gave a very hot explanation. So Kitase-san, so there may be people who want to start. So I think Noda-san's wonderful explanation for Final Fantasy VII, those who haven't played but who would like to start going forward, what I would recommend is Final Fantasy Fantasy Rebirth, as well as the Integrate, which is the twin pack product.
I gotta play that again before Rebirth comes out.
Until the release of the Rebirth, you're able to make a reservation and able to play at a very good price of these.
Yeah, I think the technology they're using, the microphone is just
In
scuffed.
terms of Final Fantasy Remake,
Makes him sound like a robot
if you
half the
reserve
time.
the twin pack from that point, you're able to download and play. So until the launch of the Rebirth, you're able to play and do some preparations.
Preparations. And get those materia. Don't forget.
So we're still waiting
Leviathan and
for the
Ramon
Final
materia if you have
Fantasy
save
Rebirth,
files.
But towards these people, Nomura-san, in terms of the Final Fantasy Rebirth, can you explain what kind of storyline it has? Sorry, I didn't think you were going to ask me. You have to keep your attention at all times. As Noda-san mentioned earlier,
It's so interesting knowing
the
Nomura is
mystery
speaking.
at the end. If you play this Rebirth,
Hey, this is the trailer.
I think
So I actually pieced together.
you'll
Yeah,
be able
actually,
to
they
see the big picture.
pieced
So
together
you'll
some
see
scenes
this.
I'm expecting. This is the new trailer.
In the original,
Hello, Rufus.
so after fleeing from Midgar, you come into this big world
Mm-hmm.
and you visit various cities and places, and the real travel adventure of Clouds and his fellows starts. And in that, in the trailer up to now, we haven't really shown it very clearly, but in the places they go through, there will be many characters and encountering various characters, and there's a drama in those areas. For those who played the original, would wonder whether that character's going to come back. I'm sure some of you may be worried or concerned, but almost, I think we've covered all. So there are various characters with impact that who have not come along, so I want you to be stay tuned.
Yeah, just characters. I mean, they've said that
I think
a handful
the
of
area
times.
that you would be most concerned is the difference of from the original. But within the main story, I think is covering the original as it prolongs. And as you mentioned in the previous last, of course, there's something that is added. So it's original plus the Rebirth new story, which will kind of come along and duplicate, which is basically the story.
The translation was confusing me for a second, but I got it. I got what they were trying to say.
So what you just saw, some of you may have realized, but is Gion, is from Gold Saucer. So we also have Kilie, who appeared in the previous one. And this person, who is this person? Again, is a question mark and is an interesting point. So I think various characters come up very quickly. The weapon did not appear in the original, so I think this is something where you want to kind of deep dive. So that was it. Wow.
Saying weapon, yeah, wouldn't have appeared at this point. Would have appeared later.
So first, the field
Well, it-
is kind of really
It's the, well, I guess it's not tomorrow for me.
There's
It's
a lot
today,
of
but
things
yeah.
I'm so curious. So I'd like to ask all of it, but from here we would like to have Hamaguchi-san to ask about the content and explain the content of Rebirth.
The content.
So for this stage,
Oh, the
I'm
content.
sure you're all concerned, but how the world map exploration element is, I'm sure you're all interested.
Oh,
So what I've
I know
done
how it
is
is, and I like
into
it.
the 30-minute stage for me, where
What's going
I
on,
would like
Virtual?
to provide the new information
hello,
as well
Euro.
as the video of the new game, and would like to give these clues to you. So if you have any questions, you're always.
You know, I
asked
saw
to
somebody
ask.
say they were surprised they were
But
playing
before I
something
start,
other than the demo
there's one
because
thing
they're
that's
showing a
on
lot of
display
different
is
areas.
This time around,
And it's like the game's out in
I'm
6
going
months.
to show you the
They have a
content
lot
of
done.
the game in a very compact, so it's just a special
You know what I mean?
version from the
Like, yeah, of
original,
course
so
they
it's
can,
slightly
and they want to
different from the
show
original.
people how
And
much
currently
they
it's
have
still in
done, so
process
people
of
actually
production,
feel
so it
like
might
there's a
be
lot that's
that
done.
it's not in perfection in some parts, but please be aware of that. So now we'd like to switch the screen to the video.
Here we go.
So from here, so we start from here, right? Yeah. So
Hey, this is
it's
from the
just
first
opening the
trailer.
door. So
I'm
this
sorry,
is the
second trailer.
grassland area. So Cloud has fled from Midgard and are going to the south of Midgard in the grassland area, and they're staying in a town in a place called Calm. But Shinra have heard that the Avalanche are staying there, so are attacked and are escaping from Calm, which is here. So in terms of the rebirth, game experience will start from here. So the world map characterizes is how we've shown. And in the previous promotion, the reason why we show this was that meaning. So this is the field. Wow. Wow. This is the field. Is this the field?
Wow.
What's this? So it's in this field that the world map, we have it as one space, and within that we have this grassland area and other areas, and within that area there's towns as well as dungeons that are in a seamless as a big world map.
I'm so excited for
So
that
it's like
aspect.
an open world. So it's like a very flexible, free world. So you're able to go through the lands which are connected, and you're able to feel directly the Final Fantasy Rebirth world. So if you actually live in this world, this is the kind of distance you have. So in this grassland area, it's only a part of this world area, and it's just a 2-kilometer area. So even if you explore this, it won't end.
It is a very nice looking area to boot.
So realistic. I was wondering how you're going to create this field, but we made it. Without making it, I think all the fans waiting for the remake will not be satisfied, so we made this happen. Fantastic.
I mean, yeah, they're right.
These areas.
After playing Remake and waiting for the world map
Yeah,
section to
all
just
the
be
areas
blue
surrounding all
ball.
the planet that is so
Yeah.
in the description. You'd like to go everywhere.
I like Parrot running forward.
Ready to start.
They need to run back because they can't go too
Go
far.
various places of the world map as well as change party members as you'd like. This time I'd like to show you how you can switch a various party members, and you can switch from the command.
Oh, interesting. I couldn't do that in my demo, I don't think.
PHS is not
Just like
necessary.
swap them on the field like
So it's
that.
so modern. You can use smartphones to switch parties. And going back to
The
kid,
PHS.
you can see the Billy's farm where we'd like to take a look at it. There will be encounters with enemies, yes. And in terms of distance, about 1 kilometer or so, you will be walking in that direction. So I'd like to give some explanation walking along the road.
Yeah,
and
so
in
it
front of
looks
you,
like
you can
while
see
you're out
some
on the field,
enemies in front of you, so
you just
we'd
press
like
L1
to
or R1
explain
and that'll
battle
just
system.
change what your current party
This time
layout
battle
is
system,
out of
we
3
have
presets.
A synergy
Yeah, synergy.
system. The synergy
Hit that spell.
ability to synergy
Bam!
skill.
That
First,
thing
I'd
does
like
so
to
much
separate
damage.
Synergy skill.
There's a
Cloud
physical
uses
version of
ultimate
that
power
skill
from
too.
Aerith, and Tifa uses the power from the magical
That was my
power
favorite
from
one.
Aerith and try to
And then you can do a
enact
slam attack
combination
too. Do the
attack
slam
in the
attack.
air,
There you
and
go.
use Jet Guard or charged attack or combination attacks. These actions.
That was one of my
technical,
favorite ones to use when I got to
synergy
play.
can be utilized. You do not have to use ATBs, so you can use this while ATB gauge is filling up.
Yeah, it's really
This is
nice.
something different from the first title. You can see more technical aspect of the battle. You do not have
Like
to wander
synergy
around
skills
while
feel
the
so
ATB
good to
gauge
use.
fills up. Yes, you can use combination attacks.
There's
And
so many
synergy
options.
Skill, crowd, elite combination, and every different combination was shown, but we have every combination of every party member for that synergy skill. So please,
Yeah.
learn
Every party member and who
combination
you're
synergy
controlling
skills
changes
that
it.
you'd like.
So like if you're
It
Cloud and
takes
Aerith,
various
but you're
items on the
controlling
field.
Cloud,
There
it's
are
different
so
than when
many
you're controlling
items
Aerith.
on the field, and some of you have played this on a trial, but there's a crafting or item transmutation system is adopted, and you can pick some
Card game
items
decks?
from the
Oh,
enemies and gather
no.
various items, and you can craft or transmute various items. You
Oh,
can
I
use
saw
potions.
that in the UI just now.
By doing so, you can create various items. And when
They knew
you
what they were
become
doing.
sure a
Oh,
defense skill,
no.
armor, equipment, or you can reinstate your gears. And this can be used from the start to the end of the game. Please use this item transmutation or crafting function. It's something we saw in the previous titles at the time of the Final Fantasy V or so. Many people love this kind of thing. That's true. Please pick everything on the field.
No. I can't pick everything up on the field.
In the field, so there's so many wide field areas you can go down from here. Yes, from the hill, and also you can climb up to the hill and mountains. There are so many field actions prepared for this title. Oh, you can move very freely compared to the previous title. There's more flexibility in movement, and also this you can see some animals walking around, and also everybody loves
Boxes.
Shinra
I knew
boxes. You
Moogle
can
medals.
identify
He got a
Shinra boxes.
Moogle medal. I
Everybody
knew
likes
it.
to slash
I knew there was
Shinra
going to be a
boxes,
Moogle
so
medal in
please
there.
slash them off. In addition to that, as you are
Pet the chocobo.
walking, there's a very small chocobo, and you can follow the chocobo, and he says, "Please follow me," and we can see some signposts. And when you fix this signpost, at
Fast
the
travel
game,
point.
you can use this as a fast travel point.
At least
From
some of this
the
stuff I already
world
know.
perspective, this
Firsthand.
chocobo will be very delighted to see. So cute. And after fixing
Golden
signposts,
plume.
you can create trust with this chocobo, and you can give some reaction to this.
Show the chocobo sleeping.
So
Do it.
cute. And depending on the area, the reactions may vary. So please try it. And
Show
you
the
can use
chocobo
this as a
sleeping.
fast travel point, as well as these benches. Oh, fantastic benches. But this is different.
Yes. Look at the chocobo chick.
Oh, he's using cushion.
Take a nap.
And in the wild mode, so the bench is so old and dirty, so you need to use cushions. I think Cloud would like to use cushions when he'd like to sit on the bench.
See, and when I played the demo, the cushion never went away. So I was like, do I need one every time? Is it like a certain number of uses?
We'd like to show you Red 13 and give you some explanation of Red 13.
Red 13 is a lot of fun.
13
Hold the attack
is
button.
designed
Yeah!
for the
That's for holding the
attackers.
attack
You
button.
can, show various special moves close to enemies, and you can charge your ATB gauge to use a very powerful ATB. Excuse me. I'm going to use this.
Oh
This is
yeah,
very
that's
powerful,
Stardust Ray or
and
whatever
it
it's
is
called.
Very useful move, Stardust Ray. And Red
Yeah.
13 has another special one that is the Vengeance
perfect
gauge.
guard.
When you protect or guard the attacks of enemies, you can charge Vengeance gauge, and when you feel that, you can go into the Vengeance mode with the special abilities you can use in that state. It's not that Red 13 can just go into the enemy's attack, but also you can guard the attacks from enemies, and you can use very special mode Red 13.
Yeah,
You
that
can
attack he just
counter
used,
that with very
I forget what it's
version.
called. But
So,
the more
Red
vengeance
13
gauge
has
you
been
have,
very
the more it does, and it
differentiated
just
from other
eats your
characters, so
vengeance
please
gauge.
Enjoy playing and using
Separate
Red
use for the
13.
gauge altogether.
Red 13, I'd like to play this character, which we could not use in the previous title, and many times were complained about that.
Well, that's what I figured cushions would be like tents.
Finally,
But when
we
in the
use
demo I
Red
played,
13.
I
And
could
you can
craft
swim
cushions, but my
in the
cushion
river.
never ran out. Like I
You
could
can
just
swim
use
in
it
the
over and
river
over again.
or in the ocean.
That's why I was confused.
maybe legendary.
Oh yeah, you can swim in. I've swum outside
Not just
Junon. I swam
you
outside
can climb
Junon.
ropes, or
With a
you can
chocobo.
use wire hooks. There are so many
Wire
various
hooks.
well, the actions.
Yeah, I'm not
so that you
surprised,
can
actually.
Enjoy exploring the various places.
They had the wire
in the
hooks
world.
in the
You can
last game.
swim, and you have 260 meters to the destination. The field is so big.
So many
As I
items.
mentioned earlier, this is something you can see. Cloud would like to rent a chocobo to the swamplands. Swamplands.
No.
So I think
Fight
you
the
can
snake.
tell when you play the original version, you can see. So we are going to Chocobo Ranch. We are going to Chocobo Ranch so that we can go to the swamplands. Everybody loves Chocobo.
Hey, what up,
Ranch,
Bill?
And he's the Bill, Chocobo Bill. I will ignore him this time.
Aw,
But you can
ignoring
meet him.
Bill.
Yes, just to show a glimpse of him. Now we are here.
Oh, wow, that's what the boy looks
and
like.
We here
What's his name?
would like to rent Chocobo.
I don't remember
so we
his
can go
name.
to swamplands. And in this title, Chocobo offers the various characteristics. Some Chocobos can climb up a hill, or some Chocobo can fly in the sky, or some go over the water or sea at a very high speed. And you can use a Chocobo to go various places. That is one of the uniqueness of this title. And this Billy, Chocobo Billy, when you play the last
Billy?
title, you should
Okay.
remember a Chocobo Sam, but there are people owning Chocobo or farming Chocobo.
I thought
Is
maybe it was
something we
Billy, but
try
it felt wrong.
be detailed about in this title, and this Chocobo Billy is very important character in this title. I see.
Give me 1,000 gil.
Yes.
Give the man 1,000
And
gil.
now we are now trying to rent the Chocobo, but we were asked to catch a Chocobo who went away from the ranch. Now we are going to catch a Chocobo. In the original version, do you remember how we catch Chocobo? I
Yes.
think this was Chocobo and other monsters, and we should kill.
Yeah, you had to kill the monsters and then
Right? Yes, that is
yeah.
correct. Yes,
Feed it.
that reminded me. Yes.
you also feed it to distract it.
And in this title, how we are going to get Chocobo is something I'd like to show you and explain to you from now. Thank you. And she's Kuroe, sister of Chocobo Billy. Now, after catching Chocobo, Chocobo Billy will tell you how to ride on the Chocobo. Now we are going to catch a Chocobo. In this title,
Just grab one right here. I got one.
You should follow track and footprints. That is the homage we've made. I remember that.
Ah,
Yes.
you're tracking
In the original version,
footprints.
that was some symbolic, but in this title, you can see the actual footprints here. It's so real, and you should follow and track.
It's so real.
Chocobo. In the original version, we couldn't make it, but this is actually what's happening in the title. You should follow the Chocobo footprints in this manner, and as you
Oh,
walk
Chocobo.
in the world map, you can identify Chocobo footprints, and you can trace them back so that you can move forward, and then you can meet a bunch of Chocobo groups.
Pick up those feathers.
In the original. So yeah, we found Chocobo. So let's go and capture Chocobo. So how do you think that we're going to capture Chocobo in this one? Using a net?
No,
Using a
Gasol
net,
greens.
right? So let's actually try it out. So how are we going to capture
Gonna
Chocobo in
sneak.
this one? It's a Stella's mini game for capturing the Chocobo. So in the Stella's mini code, so that Chocobo doesn't realize, we are very careful so that we don't have ourselves in the sight of Chocobo. So this is the first one, so it's very easy. So if you're very careful of Chocobo,
I'd assume
not
if you
looking
annoy
at
the
you,
other
so we said that
Chocobos,
there are
yeah.
Chocobo with various capabilities, but it's coming to become more and more difficult. So when it becomes a red Chocobo, it's going to be difficult.
Red
Even if you
Chocobo?
fail, you can retry. There's no penalty, so I want you to make a lot of opportunities, so you want to move when Chocobo's not looking. And where you see it over there is Pico, is the Chocobo you want to catch this time around. It's very careful, it's hiding, but I think they will realize it's very good to detect. So in those cases, very cute, very cute.
Throw Gazal Green.
But staring at you, right?
Yep.
So in
I
this case, you
called
want to
it.
throw a stone so that you're able to divert the
Stone?
view and capture during those times.
Oh, I thought you were going to throw a
by
Gazal.
throwing a
What?
stone,
I would be
you're
more
able to
scared if I was the
divert
bird.
view. So this is the
Just threw a
opportunity.
giant
So
rock out of
this
his
opportunity,
pants.
You go and you get on. You get on. And this is like when a cat feels safe when you grab. Chocobo feels a sense, and then you can become very close
They do.
with Chocobo.
None of them
and
own
able to
cats.
Utilize Chocobo because you have this bond, you have this trust relationship. Oh, and you can provide the Giza Green. And as you
Yeah, go
explore
ahead
the
and grab a
map, you
cat.
will
I'm
be
sure they'll feel
riding
very
Chocobo, but
secure.
Not just riding, but it has various
Oh, they love the Chocobo.
and you're able to customize various things. So you're able to customize the Chocobo and create your own Chocobo as you explore the world map. So cute. You feel like this sense of affinity. Red 13 seems to be very wary. So
I don't
think
blame
they
him. Look
might
how
be
big that
feeling
bird is.
something. So Chocobo is a bit hungry, so he's going to go back to.
I just realized, I think Hip Hop the Chocobo is on in the back.
So he's come back. So as you just saw, the word
I can only
star,
barely
which
hear
I
it.
think we've been conveyed. So going back to Chocobo's branch, going back to where you come is a bit of a troublesome. But for those places that you've visited before, you can register that as a fast track. So very fast
maybe.
action. So I want you to utilize this fast track function. And over there, you see Chocobo already back in the ranch.
I'll also say
Yes,
this.
Chocobo's
The whole
back.
towel around a cat thing still doesn't work on a lot of
This
cats.
time,
It prevents you from
Chocobo
getting
wants
scratched,
to
though.
capture you ride, and then you go to exploration. But this is the first Chocobo, so it's a tutorial. So this time we've had the Chocobo to come back to the ranch to provide various lecture. So we're going to prepare, and so the green, old green. Chocobo Green is saying, please wait. So utilizing this time, we want to showcase some of the elements of the exploration of world map whilst we wait for Chocobo to finish eating. So we're going to go out.
What is this, Final Fantasy XI?
And then-
Come back on the next game day. Oh, hello,
wow.
Chadley. Don't trust him.
It's Chadley. Chadley,
Don't trust him.
have you forgotten me? With those cute eyes?
Yes.
If you say, I don't remember you, Chadley will sleep. But of course, we remember Chadley. And of course, all of you would remember Chadley. But in the previous, in the combat intel, we provided, and by accomplishing that, it came up with something. So Cloud was prompted, so said that Chadley said, I want to go to the world map. So he's now made his research to world map. So
That was wild to
exploring the
follow
world
along.
map, and from the knowledge that you've developed, you're able to develop the material. So basically, he's saying that, let's cooperate together. So I think Chadley
More
has
materia.
a story of his own. So he wants
Yeah, he's
to
Hojo.
This is a
Can't
very
change my
important
mind.
element to explore the world map. He's saying that Shinra, the old
Oh,
Remnant
these
Wave
towers are
tower,
for that.
are
I
in
climbed
the
one of
world
these
map
towers
that
in the
are not
demo.
utilized, but by utilizing that, Chadley will be able to explore the world map. So using
Yeah, 'cause he
activating
needs the
various,
internet.
Communication towers, able to expand the areas he is able to explore, and he's saying that let's expand this world map. So it's a game to explore the world map, and that is his intention, and Cloud also follows on that too.
I wouldn't
So
trust.
the Remnant Wave Tower, we're going to initiate that. So he's saying it's very close by, over there. It's just there.
Go.
So it's better just you go there yourself because it's so close. So the world
Oh, look,
is
the
going
hook
to
gun.
be in your hands. But the first, he's saying, let's do it together. So let's initiate the first one or activate the first one.
Let's go,
So
Chadley.
like this. So Chadley is in the world map. So we've given him a new uniform like a Boy Scout costume.
Stop making him so innocent. He's
So
not.
you can see under the Remno Wave Tower, there's the activation terminal. So this is the, by putting in the module that
Oh, that's a
was received
module, okay.
earlier, the Remno Wave Tower will be activated. So we've been very careful with the mechanics here.
It reminded me of the hook gun.
So
hook
this
shot from the
has
first
the
game, but
fantasy
it's not.
elements and the light elements, which is the Final Fantasy VII. Wow, it's really good for my heart, I suppose. So by activating the Remno Wave Tower, the world map close to the Remno Wave Tower, you're able to detect, and Chadley knows where they want to explore or investigate. So like this.
Oh, it's like it's a points of interest thing.
So Chadley's searching, investigating.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
as
man.
you can see, on the area maps, the area
The
Chadley
Ubisoft School
wants
of
you to
World
investigate
Exploration.
will appear. And by
Yeah, the
initiating
Ubisoft
this
Tower.
request and executing that, you're able to develop various materials.
I don't really
which is
mind that,
Detective
though.
Cloud and Chadley. So currently we're going to activate the Remno Wave, and we've done some analysis. So let us develop one materia. So let us develop a materia. So you're able to develop various materia, but from where you want to develop, the user is able to choose. So there's various things. So you're able to develop and select the one that you want to use, like this. So there are various materials you've never come across. So there are very
No, I
convenient
want more.
materia.
Yeah, the new materia
Oh,
is
very
really good
interesting.
so far.
Noda-san loves materia. I love materia.
I love
So
materia.
Chadley's request, there were a couple. So let us try one.
That one's pretty far away.
So it's around 800 meters difference. So from Calm to Chocobo Ranch, it was 1 kilometer. So I think it's roughly the same distance. But now Chocobo's ready. We're going to ride on Chocobo and see how convenient Chocobo is. Okay, we're going to ride and
Chocobo is
and
very
go to the
convenient.
place, go to our destination. That one, that Pico, right? Pico is ready. So we're going to whistle. Oh, Pico's Choco.
Let's
Pico's
go,
come.
Red.
So Red 13 too. So that's Red 13, right? They're riding. Red 13's riding. Wow.
They're
So you
so
can
fast.
see
There's the
Chocobo's
chocobo
running.
digging.
Sometimes Chocobo.
Do you think you
realizes
can ride this
something.
chocobo?
So from the smell, if you smell,
It's gonna be more
the
in a little bit,
wild
Akakaze.
rabbit has the tendency of digging or putting something underground. So if Chocobo makes a response, I want you to proactively use Chocobo. So Chocobo, you don't want to capture
Oh
a
my
wild rabbit.
God.
So very cute, huh?
Mog, no.
That's the
No.
Moogle house. Moogle house.
No,
Did
Mog.
you realize? It's Moogle house. I loved Gold Saucer, so I don't have time, so we have to skip here.
No, we don't have time for
They
Mog
give you a
House.
bit of a medal, right?
The actual Mog
So
House
if
at
we
that.
proceed
Not even the
very
mini
quick.
game.
And this time, the combat request of Chadley will be conducting, but normally there are various like mini games and the story to analyze and to be able to solve the mystery. It's really
Moogle's
fast,
gonna be
but
pimpin'.
due to time this time around, we will be explaining the one with the combat. So we've arrived.
Chocobo is very helpful. It's so quick, and you can see the monster. A guide system will give you an explanation on each monster's enemies. You can see the explanation of the monster, why the monster lives in this place, and how they live in this area. It's like explanation at the zoo.
At the
So
zoo.
it's like audio guide.
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
it
it's not
explains everything about them, their habitat. Yeah, while you're doing it.
the world map content of Chatterley is not something that you let players to grow and increase levels, but rather we wanted to create a story behind all of the elements in the world. It's not that you are just fighting and defeating enemies, but I'd like to
Yeah, it tells you about like
the details that
their
happen
rare
to Monster
variants
and
of
how
what
they
the
live.
original
That is
enemy
something
model
we
is.
created in
Yeah.
this content, and then you can combat them. So it's like
That was a
a
perfect guard.
well-created a living environment, and here you can see very strong monsters, and a trial play you can battle.
God,
with
it's so
this
much
monster.
easier to
You
get
should
into
be
the
well
air now.
prepared,
It's so
or
nice.
you'll be killed, beaten by these monsters. They are so strong and powerful. And
No, they're
here
not. He's
I'd
just going
like
easy
to
on them.
Talk about synergy ability.
That does a lot when you have full vengeance.
You should charge the gauge and consume the gauge to use that synergy ability. And how you can
Yeah, these
charge
enemies,
this
when they
synergy
berserk,
gauge, when you consume
other
ATP
nearby
gauge, then
enemies begin to berserk
you can charge
after a time.
the synergy gauge. So when you use ATB more and more, then you can increase and charge.
I love this
synergy
ward.
gauge.
Just be all of her
You should
attacks just
consume
become
ATB gauge.
lasers.
And by doing so, you can use the synergy ability. And if you'd like to show the synergy ability between Cloud and Red 13, and then you need to increase the synergy gauge of both characters, Cloud and Red 13. So I should switch characters.
Yeah, their
and
synergy.
increase
Well,
the
synergy
gauge.
ability is like the limit
So,
break,
switching
not
characters with each
the other one.
battles. That is
not like the
something
basic
we'd like to
attacks.
highlight. You should not use just one character, but you'd like to.
Don't tell me how to live my
charge
life.
Synergy gauge, switching characters, and then you can use move. In the previous title, you can just use Cloud only, but in this title, you can use various characters, and in doing so, you can utilize synergy ability, which would be good for.
What they mean in the original is you couldn't just use Cloud, but you could feel compelled to just use Cloud.
And like to release the synergy ability. They are so strong. We see the life point.
Just be like, I don't want to play anyone else. I'm Cloud.
Yes, let us cure ourselves to be ready. And after this attack, we'd like to use the synergy ability. No.
Good time to use
invincible.
Punisher. There you
Aerith is
go.
creating magic. Yes, okay.
Chain ability.
Chain ability. This is a synergy ability, and we are going to use.
That's a Japanese client thing.
Savage Assault.
Because it's not called chain ability in the English one.
So cool. This is so cool. Yes, this special move, Synergy, is
You were
so
too slow.
fantastic. And each character offers various synergy abilities, so please learn them and use them to the extent possible. There's every combination, every character, right? Yes, that is correct. And that is the exploration of the
So much
map,
space.
the world repo of the world intel of the Chatterley, and
I'm
you can
so
see
glad
the map is
seeing
so
it.
big.
Like, I mean, we
So
already knew at
large,
this
there
point,
are
but I'm
so many
still so glad
unexplored
seeing
areas.
it.
And this time, some of you may
Back to
know,
calm.
you can play a mercenary quest. Mercenary quest, there are so many people in need. You can start
Oh,
quests.
just
When you go to
your
cities,
regular quests, you
you
mean.
can start various quests. You can see some green icons on top of some of the
Yeah, it's just side
people,
quests.
and then you can talk to them, and they will ask some quests to you. And this one is the governor of Calm. There's a Mako Tank in Calm, but they are in short of Mako from Mako Tank. They are in worry, but I will ignore him because I don't have time. Like, this is Calm. Yes, you can see this is Calm. Calm, it is so fantastic. You can see so many people living here. And as you are walking around in the city, it's difficult to identify who's in need.
No, it's not.
Cumbersome for some people.
That's
And
what the
in this
exclamation
world,
mark is for.
You have very nice functions. You don't have to go around. There's a notice board at the city where people will give notice on quests.
Ah,
So
okay.
you can see this. This is the notice board. When you see notice
Oh, that's
board,
pretty
you can
nice.
see some quests or requests on the board. So from here,
Merc for
you
hire.
can start
Work available.
quests. It's so helpful. So, just an example.
It's so helpful.
Like to
The
pick this one that
translation.
is
It's
Life
so
Support
helpful.
Bane. This is the quest. You can start initiating the quest, or you can do several tasks in parallel as you move forward in
Is
the
that
story.
saying
It's
that's a
not that the
7-part
task
quest?
will be discontinued. You
I
can
think that's
just
what it's
continuously
saying. Or,
a-
yeah.
receive quest as many as possible, and you can complete tasks as you'd like. I see. Now, in
Cows.
this quest, as time's limited, I'm going to use fast travel.
Another cow.
Where I've never visited, but
I don't even remember that
You
in
need
the
to go
first
to
part
that place
of
to
it
use
having
fast
the little
travel
ticks for
in
how
the
many
original
parts
game.
the
And
quest
this
was.
is
I don't even
the
remember that.
person who's in need, and the
It's been a
client.
while.
In this quest, maybe we need to dig deep about these characters, or they make some
like his hat.
requests to solve problems for them. So by finishing various quests, you can learn many things about this world. So in the original, I skipped or I went through without
Dog.
doing anything. But no, Calm is the first place you go to in this title, so you can do many things, not just characters. Together with Cloud,
Aerith is
there's
just in the
some
back.
character playing the major role in this quest. Red 13 is with Cloud. So Cloud plus someone from your party will play personally, and by doing so, you can build
Red's not
better
pleased.
relations with Cloud, and you can imagine how that will play out in the later part of the game. And then the livestock was attacked by some monsters, and Cloud was asked to do some investigation. The Red 13 is so excited to look into the scene. Red 13
Red
is in
13's
a
so
hurry. It's
excited.
like,
Yeah,
a
he does
dog
kind of look excited.
Chasing sheep. He's
Look at him.
So motivated.
He's sniffing. He's looking for a scent.
And when you look into this place, you can see the story will unfold. In Red 13 says it's been several days since the enemy attacked here. So
Thank you, Shika, for the sub.
Finding that out. And Cloud says that we should rely on Chocobo, and Chocobo in this world has a very good sense of smell, and better than Red 13.
Damn, get told, Red.
Not just wandering around the world map, but also there are so many quests and you can problem solve with Chocobos. And Red 13 does not like Chocobo will overtake his ability, but when you scent
Oh, okay.
on the Chocobo, then you can track the scent path.
He doesn't like them.
Well, I can track this out. The Red 13 is trying to compete against Chocobo. But when you lost the track of the scent, then you can smell again. so
Red's
that
like,
you
"Can't I
can
just
see
run
the
alongside
route of
them?"
the scent.
No, you're
And
not
when
fast
you follow
enough.
this along, you can move to the next phases of the story. So Chocobo is very important, not just wandering around the map, but also various quests in the title. And this is how it works.
Aw, you don't want to show us the boss?
So fantastic, and from this and onwards, please play it by yourself. So this is something I can show you. It was so
I play it
quick.
all by myself.
Well,
Sad.
we're still in Calm, the first city, and there are so many things in front of you in the story. There are so many things we have to know. I'm interested in the swamplands. I'm so
Oh, I'm very interested in the
intrigued, and
swamplands.
Not just Chocobo. There's so many volume contents. And this is the first area. This is just the first city, but so many things that we learn here. So many contents till the end of the title, right? That is correct. So fantastic. And the battle system, combat system, it looks so exciting. Yes, it is well crafted, and also in the trial play, many people touched on that, and we received very good feedback and very delighted. Yes, we'd like to consider what would be the best approach to move in the battle, not just combat in battle, but also chocobos. Not just
fight on
vehicles,
chocobos?
but it's like they are party member in a way. Yes,
Yeah.
and they are so cute.
So cute.
the field, but even up to here, we've had a lot of volume. So Hamaguchi-san, there is something that you still want to show. So today, on this TGS stage, it wanted to showcase the video or the title. But normally, if I planned that, it would take 2 hours just for my part. So, but the
I'll do it.
director said that you can't have all of the TGS. Of course, that's no surprise.
Yeah, we can.
But, so this time around, I kind of shrank it into a half an hour. So the basic system.
Nobody would
of the
complain.
game, I've only been able to explain that, but there are the fluent variety of the games which I was not able to explain, showcase today. So I would like to have this opportunity because you're all here to cut some part, and a lot of people are participating online too. So today we would like to share some new information. Therefore, there are various informations, and it's information only for Grassland. It's not everything, but I'm so glad I came here today.
Yeah.
So I've kind of made that into 2 to 3 minutes video, so I would like to show this for the first time. Great. Please.
I think I
So,
recognize somebody in the crowd.
Please feel to make. So this
Oh
is the
my
Moogle
God,
House,
Mog's house.
the one we saw earlier. So cute.
Oh no, they're like 14
So
Moogles
it's
now.
like a mini game.
Oh no.
So Moogle
They're like
House
14
minigame.
Moogles now. How did you guys get out of Midgar?
The various characters
What are you doing back here?
to the world map together with Cloud escaping or fleeing from Midgard.
How many times do we have to
Various
teach you this
stories.
lesson?
They have various stories. They're kind of being beaten.
Yeah, they're definitely being beaten.
So they're characters that I loved. And in this
Oh,
one,
card game.
we also have a card game.
Oh
And this
my
card game
goodness.
is that there's a story.
They had to
So
put a card game in.
from the start.
I think I
to
understand
the
how
end,
it
you're able
works.
To play during the game.
Sort of.
I just showed you just a bit.
Yeah, Chocobo customization. Okay, there's the full customization. I don't think I was allowed to do this.
What was that card game? So I'm showing you bits and pieces.
This is...
So this is different from Chocobo Race, but as a tutorial for Chocobo.
Oh,
for you to
yeah,
be
this
able
is the thing we
to
skipped from
get used to
earlier.
Chocobo. This itself is enjoying. So the characters we
Red,
saw
catch
earlier
up.
will appear on Quest, and you're able to see the relationships and the background of these characters. This is where Aerith is the protagonist. So the theme is the flower
We're
in
picking
terms of the
flowers.
quest. So in the previous one we saw this, right? In the previous title, I think they were picking flowers. Aerith was picking the flowers. And not just the monsters we saw earlier. There are very strong monsters that
Level
appear
22.
if you are able to conquer some requests. So
Calling
this one is a
Mini
very strong one.
Quetzalcoatl.
So
I know it's a
this,
dragon, but
if
it's just the
you
equivalent.
are able to finish a certain condition, it appears. It's a very rare monster.
It's a rare
So there's the
monster.
piano.
Willing to bet
Oh,
it's not that
piano.
rare.
Piano?
Oh my goodness. Oh, you
And
just
it
tilt the
seems
stick.
there's
Okay,
now
that's
like a
easy.
different game. So it's now a rhythm game. Wow, they're playing. It's a rhythm game. So
He's
there's
so
more
thrilled by it.
songs that he can play? Oh, where is this place? Where is this?
Did they just...
Ah la 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 la.
Wait.
Oh, I'm so intrigued.
Did they just move
What's that?
Wutai's...
So if
Thing?
you include that, it would have taken 2 hours.
They just
and
moved the
director said,
pagoda?
"I can't present that." So you showed me bits and pieces.
It was weird
This
because
is
it was like... It looked
I've
like
seen many.
the Wutai buildings, but
I'm
like...
intrigued
They
by
said we're not
all,
going to Wutai, so
but
clearly it's just like maybe
were
a small
minigames.
village of like Wutai refugees
card
or
games.
something on the mainland
that?
or something or other.
So can you play that everywhere? Yes. So there's one story within it, and
Yeah, it's got to be like an
With the
outpost or something.
players.
We know we're not going to Wutai proper.
you're able to resolve the mystery and solve, and it comes to a very heartbreaking or heartful end. So how much can you play? So if you play stopping by, you won't be able to reach the main part. So there's a lot. So rather than doing everything, it should be that you should be selective and do the things that you like. And then once you go through the story, you go back. Or once you've cleared the games, then you go back. So I think it's really dependent on the individual. Wonderful. And we also saw the piano.
Without hearing any music, I would not assume that's
piano,
correct.
those
Especially because
played,
there's no
I'm
7
sure
version
it's
of
reminiscent.
Gilgamesh really to like recognize.
So you will get the final
So you don't know what
heaven.
appearance they'd go for.
You remembered. So I would like to go and capture the final heaven.
Capture the
Actually,
final heaven?
Today, I showed you a video, but I said it was for the grassland, but there are different information, so the piano is one in a different area. And the reason why I include that today is because that minigame, I wanted Noda-san you to play today.
Is that what he's saying? Like, I'm doing the piano to learn
So
Final
it's like
Heaven?
a sound game. It's a sound game, but that sound game has
It makes
very original
sense.
in terms of the operability. So to operate the piano, play the piano is difficult, right? So you have to be careful of your right hand, left hand. Yes, of course. So much pressure on me.
Yeah, you
I
mean you
wonder
have
if
to
I can
do that
it. Okay.
in the
you
original
will.
anyway.
Can I
So.
play? All right, we have it over there. So this is the play corner. Wow. So this is the RL. So right hand, left hand. So we're going to switch to the screen. So like this. So there's the clearance mode, like the one in the original.
Does that
So you're able to play the
change?
piano with this. So this is really quite.
I guess that
real.
changes
So you
the
can play
tone.
like a
Like
real
it's
piano.
it's
So I
how
want you to
far
play
over
the
his
songs
hands
that you
are.
like and like you to share that.
So like okay, so yeah, because this
So
is
you
the
can
mode that lets
really
you play
become a piano
whatever,
master.
you can
So I might
change
be able to play one
the
song,
octave
right?
with your hands,
Yes.
with
The developers
left, right,
staff
and
was
square and
able to
circle.
play and show that to everybody. I'd like to see that. It might be a concert out of here. So this time, if you press the button in the middle and select the song,
And then you can play a
so
song.
Final
Okay.
Fantasy VII, whether you're Aerith camp or
Oh no! Don't bring that up. Come on now.
But
Only got
today
one
is the last
conversation
week,
without that.
And we have the theme for Aerith and Tifa. So, Noda-san, I want you to showcase which camp you are.
Uh oh.
Noda-san,
That's a brave
are
thing
you
to do on a
Aerith
public
camp
stage.
or Tifa camp?
Where's the bear camp?
Okay.
Where's the
So I'm
Barrett
going
camp?
to pick Aerith because I've no choice.
What do you mean? I've got no
But
choice.
I'm going to pick Aerith.
The whole point is that you do have a choice.
So yes. So you've got this Buster sword as you play.
Yeah, why would you
Can
take
I?
the sword off?
So there's the countdown. Come on, go.
Also, I can't imagine playing this very accurately in those gloves.
Away.
Oh, he keeps accidentally.
Okay, got it.
Is he
Nice,
accidentally
okay.
changing the octave, or is it automatically changing? I
Okay,
think it's
so
automatically
difficult.
changing it for the
But
song.
you're doing it. You're doing it okay.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's what's happening.
Okay, got it. I got it.
He's so
And
bad.
then the songs come along. Wonderful, lovely. You got it in an instantaneously. Yeah, I got it.
Da 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 da. Da.
You're doing well. You're doing well for the first time. It's considering it's your first time.
I kind of wish these were bigger on the screen. That being said,
So you're using the
'Cause
analog-stick, so not just the right
seeing the
hand
two
side.
different points
If
is
you have to use your left
gonna
hand
be a
side
bit of a
unless
time.
you're used, you do come to a
it's not that bad though. I'm
And
doing it
the
along with
music-
it.
there are various music notes in the world, you're able to find the song and make various challenges.
The metronome there. He's like, ah!
No close. This is that level 3 song.
You did it.
Very
You
well.
you missed 31,
Well
but you did it.
It's so exciting. I
Rank
can
C.
play
Hey,
this
that's a
forever.
passing grade here in America.
Rank C. I think I can just play this. Yes, there are so many mini games in this title. It's so great to have this in FF7.
Yeah, there's gonna be a
Some
trophy for
players
S
will
ranking
just
every
play
song,
this
definitely.
Mini game. There will be so many other musical pieces and songs, right? That is correct. And if it's not sufficient, you can just free play the piano, and you can play some original audio here using this piano. Well, I think I'd like to ask a professional
Oh,
piano
it's
players
like,
to play this.
oh,
And
the
when you
stream does
have
break.
play
Okay.
Piano, and then you can do a good performance. And it
Wait,
takes some
114?
time
Yeah.
to get used to it.
Because I remember the stream breaking last night
Pianist,
too. I tuned in at
can
like
play
right
well.
at the
As
beginning
you
of that
get used to it,
piano
you can
game, or
play
like
more
in the
difficult
middle of it,
pieces.
and then it broke like a minute later.
So please.
Let me grab the YouTube stream
I'm
real
looking forward
quick.
to so many people uploading their piano performance on various media. And I'm just wondering in what kind of circumstances Cloud will play this game. You like
free.
that? Yes, of course. I like that. There's so many drama within the piece, this theme. Nomura-san, I think you look very delighted to
Wait.
see his performance. Nomura-san, what's your take? Yes, I see so many exciting faces.
Yeah, that's what I remember happened. I wonder if they went live again with anything. Yeah, because I remember I know there's a little bit more to it than that. Up next? No, I don't want up next. Yeah, I remember there being a little bit more because this morning I was looking for the stream
Oh, free
itself. No, I was looking for the stream itself this morning, and it's nothing important at the end. But I like clicked through to see if anything showed up after the part where I disconnect. And I saw it this morning, but where did it go? It's not on there. Yeah, it's not much. It's like housekeeping, if I recall. It's just like a few, like last. Ah, here it is. Yeah, it's the JP stream that has it. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I think it's just like some JP specific stuff too. Yeah. Hold on. Let me fix the cropping. Yeah, because the JP stream has whatever's left. Either way, I mean, it's just fun getting to see all the stuff that's going to be there. I mean, listen, as someone who's played it, I can tell you this right now. If you liked Remake, it's just this is just an even better game. That's like the easiest way to describe it. Ah, yeah, but there's no translation for this last bit. Okay, so this is just... This was right where it picked up. Yeah, this is right where it picked up. And then this is a reminder that you can pre-order it. There's the twin package that has Rebirth and Remake Integrate. And then what else is there? There's 19 inches of Sephiroth and all of the rewards that come with that. There's a reminder for Ever Crisis, which, by the way, I've got going on my tablet right this second. And then there's Static Arts figurine. Yeah, these are some more of the figurines, the vinyl, the Night Cruise. Interesting in Japan. And then it seems like the rest might just be them signing off and saying some final words, which at best I could get on like Twitter. Either way, good. good little presentation. I actually figured, I didn't think it was going to be live translated like that, so that's why I didn't even tune in when it initially went off, or I would have co-streamed that as well. But yeah, I mean, solid. It's a lot of stuff that we either already saw from like interviews and whatnot, but it's just getting to see the scope of the game, because when you see like creators posting stuff that's like, you know, mashed up and edited together, while you can get like a kind of an initial feel, the area that we had to play wasn't super large because there were invisible walls stopping us from going everywhere else. They wanted to keep it like really focused. So the grasslands exploration they showed here is way better at describing the scale of everything. And it's interesting because I think when we all think of the scale of the world map, we think that traversing it in 7's style, 7 remake and now rebirth style of exploration, we think that it's almost an insurmountable thing, but it's large here, but it also feels somewhat compact. And I felt that way with Junon looking at the map as well, where you can see every detail of the original world map, every like inlet, every river, like it's all there, but it's simultaneously really impressive, the scale of it, and also not to the scale I thought it would have been. I'm kind of glad it's not to the scale I thought it would have been, because I think that would have been too much, personally. It would have just been ridiculous if everything was scaled exactly to the way Midgar was. Because Midgar is enormous, and these areas are also big, but they're not quite upscaled to that degree. They're making sure there's not like just a ton of dead empty space. There's just like little bits between different objectives, like the fights and the points of interest and whatnot. But the detail is really, really the impressive thing. So it still has a lot of scope and scale without wasting too much space with everything in between. So it doesn't feel super empty. So all the same, I can't believe there's a card game. And the Mog House, I wonder if that's Gold Saucer, what we saw of Mog House, or if that's when we go to speak to Mog, if we like get transported to that other minigame area where the Mughals are just throwing projectiles everywhere. But we've already seen, you know, Gold Saucer minigames and Chocobo racing, and now we have the Chocobo catching, and we have all that. So they're filling it out. 7 is notorious for its minigames. Like there's a ridiculous number of minigames in 7 comparatively to a lot of other. And that's not to say there aren't others with a lot of minigames. I mean, 10-2 is chock full of them as well. And you know, they're very present. But now having things additional like the card game and oh, goodness. I think I kind of understood how it worked when we saw it briefly. I think I understood it a little bit. Where was that? It was like right here. Yeah. So it looks like every card has a play area, and then the play area itself has different effects. So you can see, it's kind of hard to see behind chat, so let me move it. You can see that this card, for example, the one that they're hovered over, has like a red X. Okay, I'm colorblind, so I apologize when I'm wrong about this. It has the play spot, it has the play range, and it has the play effect. So the different color squares mean that they do a certain thing. But other than that, it looks like it might just be about powering up by placing it in certain spots. And then I think it battles with other units that are in the nearby range. Because when he puts this one right there, it moves. So there were 2 of those nodes in that spot. And when he placed it there, it looks like you're playing from left to right as well. So you're like trying to build up power in some way. Because the node on the bottom left changed to a 1. And then it also moved the nodes forward a little bit. There's also actual card types you can see as well. There's like a special symbol next to that one as well. So it looks like when you want to play your cards from left to right, you want to build them up power-wise. The question is what actually happens to... That scared the crap out of me. I think I have... Yeah, it's because the Twitch one was still up. I wonder if it's... Oh, you know what? On the left, it's saying the total power for that row. For your units starting from the left is the big thing it looks like. So yeah, I wonder if it's just a matter of like... playing... Because he played it on a 2 spot. Is that like a synergy thing where if you play a 2 on the 2 spot, it gets more powerful? That becomes the question, because it moves that spot forward and then that spot becomes a 1 spot. They have 2 1 spots up top and a 1 spot down bottom. Although it looks like they were trying to play a card, or their card started in the top left, but it said they weren't allowed to play in that spot. That's what it looked like. Yeah, because then they try to put theirs, and it starts there, but it's got like a circle, sort of like it's not allowed to be played there. So it looks like you have to conquer the other side almost. Oh, maybe that's what those are then. Maybe the little node pawn looking things are just like conquerable space. And the goal is to advance all the way to the other side. I mean, there's the goblet on each side. So it might be like defending a castle kind of situation where you're just trying to advance your units all the way through and up. I wonder how big the decks are then. If you only get the 6 cards that we're seeing, or if you get more than that. It's gonna be wild to see how it plays, but the fact that there's a card game at all, oh, it's gonna be nutty. There's a lot to digest here, but it's all exciting. So yeah, that's my reaction to this. I'm gonna post this over to YouTube, and then it's gonna be Elden Ring crowd control time. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully you enjoyed. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and on the Twitch side, let's get to some absolute chaos. So yeah, let's get to it.